Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Orlando, Florida, as Puerto Rico and the United States set out on what they hope will be the road to China. It's the first window of the FIBA World Cup qualifiers, and both of these sides will be hoping to secure a spot at the main event in 2019. Ultimately, 7 of the 16 Americas teams will make it through qualifying, with the journey starting tonight and ending in 15 months' time. This game was scheduled to be played in San Juan, Puerto Rico, but due to the devastation from recent natural disasters, it has been relocated more than 1,000 miles northwest to Orlando. And this is the first game of Group C. Mexico take on Cuba a little bit later on as well. Those are the 4 teams in this group in this first phase of qualifying. And just a reminder that the top 3 from this group will make it through to the next phase of qualifying. It is a long process, and both of these sides will be hoping that they can once again take part in the World Cup. The United States, of course, the defending champions, hoping to secure a 3rd straight title in 2019, having won in Turkey in 2010 and in Spain in 2014. Puerto Rico, the best they've managed is a 4th place finish in 1990, but they were at the 2014 World Cup. Didn't quite make it through their group, and they were a little unlucky in the Americas Cup earlier this year as well. Narrowly missed out on a place in the semi-finals. The 2 teams just about to be introduced here. We're round about 7.5 minutes away from the start of the action. It's the moment that everybody's been waiting for. This American side, a mix of experience and youth. It's a versatile roster put together by Jeff Van Gundy, of course, the head coach who guided the Americans to success in the Americas Cup earlier this year. Few of the players returning, 5 in total in the 12-man roster that took part in that tournament. They will be absolutely essential to the Americans being successful in this first window of qualifying. Puerto Rico, as I mentioned, a little unlucky not to make it through into the semi-finals of that competition, which was held just a couple of months ago. And they've welcomed back some familiar faces to their roster as well, so they may be even stronger this time around. And this will certainly be a big test for the Americans, who do have a very strong record against Puerto Rico at international level, a 52-9 record. Puerto Rico's last victory over the United States came back in 2005 in the Americas Cup, when they won by 88 points to 83. And Puerto Rico roster just being introduced to the crowd here. This is essentially a home fixture for them. And just a reminder of how all of this works, this first phase of qualifying. Each team will play each of the other 3 teams in the group 3 times, and the top 3 in the group at the end of this first phase of qualifying, which comes to an end in July of next year, July 2018. Will make it through to the second round of qualifying. So in this first window, we have 4 games for you. 2 tonight, as I mentioned, Mexico take on Cuba a little bit later on. And then on the 26th of this month, the US take on Mexico in North Carolina. And in Havana, it's Cuba against Puerto Rico. The second window of qualifying will be in February. And the final window will be end of June, beginning of July, as the final placings, the final standings of this group will be determined, and we'll know which of those 4 teams has missed out on the second round of qualifying. But for now, we're going to have the national anthems.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bomb bursting in air, gave la tierra de Borinque, donde he nacido yo. Es un jardín florido de mágico primor, un cielo siempre nítido le sirve de dosel y dan arrullos plácidos las olas a tus pies. Cuando a sus playas llegó Colón, exclamó lleno de admiración: oh, esta es la linda tierra que busco yo. Es Borinquen la hija del mar y el sol, 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 del mar y el sol. ¡Que viva Puerto Rico! ¡Yeah!
So the two national anthems are now just moments away from getting underway here in this World Cup qualifier. First of 6 games in this first round of qualifying, the second round of qualifying, which will be competed by 12 of the 16 Americas teams, will take place in September. The first window will be in September. And that is a long way away yet. This is your refereeing team for this evening. We are just moments away from the start here. Two teams who know each other well, plenty of previous meetings, the 62nd meeting between these two, and we can have a look at the USA roster. They bring back some of the FIBA America Cup players, including Jamil Warney, the MVP of that competition. Also Larry Drew II, Reggie Hearn, Jonathan Holmes and Xavier Montford. All of those vital components of Jeff Van Gundy's roster in that South American success just a couple of months ago. And here's the starting 5. Brown, Holmes, Sloan, Hearn and Kennedy Meeks making up the starting 5 for the Americans. As we look forward to getting underway here, Puerto Rico with a talented and tough, resilient side led by Eddie Casiano Jr. I've welcomed back some familiar names, Ramon Clemente, Guillermo Diaz, Angel Vasallo and David Huertas, who were not part of that America Cup team in 2017. Jan Clavel, another important member of the roster, but he's not in the starting 5. Vasallo, Sanchez, Diaz, Rodriguez and Trish making up the first 5. Puerto Rico led by Eddie Casiano, who was born in New York, in charge since 2016. As a player, he was part of the bronze medal team that secured 3rd place at the Americas Championship in 2003. Jeff Van Gundy, his opposite number. Former New York Knicks head coach, of course. Also took charge of the Houston Rockets. New head coach of the USA national team and secured some success in South America. Eddie Casiano Jr., a little more experience in his role, having taken charge last year. Played for the likes of Leones de Ponce as a point guard. And now it's down to the players on court. We're nearly ready for the start. The Americans in the dark blue and Puerto Rico in the white. So the FIBA World Cup qualifiers are underway. Puerto Rico against USA here in Orlando, Florida. Game 1 of 6 for these two teams. Game 1 of 2 in this first qualification window. 3 days before our second game And straight away travelling called against Hearn. Just gone down well with the Puerto Rico fans. Remember, once again, they are essentially the home team for this one. First three-point attempt of the night, and it's good. What a start. Vasallo draining one. And Puerto Rico off the mark. Great start. And Vasallo getting those first points of the night, and he's picked that one up as well as the Americans fail to register their first score of the evening. Sanchez with a bounce pass, and the finish wasn't quite there from Diaz. Long three attempted, no good. And eventually claimed by Huertas. And this is Rodriguez, Tricoche. Another three-point attempt from Vasallo, what a start. Back-to-back threes from Angel Vasallo. And Puerto Rico race into a 6-point lead. Now at the other end, it's a three-pointer from Brown. As the Americans finally get some points on the board. Excellent three-point shooting early on here from both teams. Sanchez, Diaz, and this is Vasallo, who's hit two of those three-pointers so far. Now Rodriguez, still going. Gets it out to Sanchez, who drains another three. Well, no one's venturing inside the arc at the moment. Now at the other end, oh, it's another one. And Sloan responds for the USA. Oh, 5 three-pointers inside the opening 2.5 minutes here. And the loose pass. Puerto Rico making 3 from 3 from long range at the start of this game. It's an explosive start to this qualifier. Here is Sloan again. Sloan. And again here, Sloan. Travelling called against Markel Brown. Just a couple of surprising errors early on from the Americans. All of the points registered so far from both teams coming from beyond the arc. This is Diaz. Rodriguez comes inside. Gets it out just about. Sanchez. Rodriguez. Just stepped on the line there. Couple of turnovers apiece here in the first quarter now. And about 3.5 minutes played. Puerto Rico with a 9-6 lead. Sloan inside, and Warney makes it 2 for him. And a 1-point game. Can Puerto Rico respond straight away here? Vasallo, who's been impressive so far, and it's missed by Diaz. Sloan for 3. Now Vasallo for Puerto Rico, who still lead by 1. Huertas. Gets it back off Diaz. Huertas for three. It's just a little short. This is Donald Sloan for the Americans. Readjusted well. Puts up the two there. No good, though, from Hearn. Rodriguez. Vasallo. Nice exchange of passes. Sanchez gets it. Another three-pointer for Puerto Rico. 4 in this first quarter now. Well, Jeff Van Gundy mentioned that they're impressive from long range. Their three-point shooting was good in the America Cup. So defeat in their first group game that ultimately cost them a place in the semi-finals. Finished as group runners-up, but it wasn't good enough. And they've got it back again here with Rodriguez. Sanchez. Oh, he's got another one. Their three-point shooting has been something else in this first quarter. Puerto Rico take a 7-point lead as the first timeout is called. And they are on fire. 15-8. What a start. Well, if Puerto Rico can keep up this high level of long-range shooting, they will give the Americans some real problems, and Sanchez in particular, off to a tremendous start. 3 from 3 for him, 5 from 6 from long range for the Puerto Ricans so far. The Americans looking to respond here. 2-point shot goes up and in. Millsap getting his first couple of points of the night. Here's Rodriguez. He lays it up but doesn't get it to go. Here come the Americans with Donald Sloan. Out to Hearn on the far side, and his three-pointer was no good. Their three-point shooting not quite as effective as their opponents in this first quarter so far. Sanchez, full of confidence. Rodriguez. And Diaz. Huertas, he goes for three, and he misses. Rebound claimed there by Warney. Mumford. Sloan making way. I'm going to see Guillermo Diaz now for Puerto Rico as well. Kristen, the man who's come on for the Americans. Warney. Run into Sanchez, who steals it back. There's Rivera. Sanchez. Rivera back to Sanchez. The bounce pass. Diaz. Couldn't quite hand it off to his namesake, George Brian Diaz, wearing number 12. Guillermo Diaz wearing number 2. Devin Collier now, the latest man to enter the fray. Puerto Rico up by 5, little under 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Now to Rivera, 3-point attempt. It's good, another one. That's raining threes in Florida. Six from 8 for Puerto Rico. What a start, 75% from distance for them. The Americans struggling to find their rhythm early on. Oh, and they've run the clock down. Great defense from the Puerto Ricans. And plenty for Jeff Van Gundy to think about early on. Spoke about the togetherness and the intensity that Puerto Rico play with. And also mentioned their ability from long distance, their three-point shooting. And that has been very much the case here. And we're going to get our first shots from the foul line now. There's Rivera with that 3. Collier nails the first of his 2 free throws. And we've won it back here. Rebound claimed by Clemente. Rivera. Clemente again. Need to get the shot away quickly here. Time running out, and just didn't manage to create the space for the extra points there, having missed that second free throw, Collier. 9-point lead, though. Three-point attempts from the Americans is good. It's Travis Weir this time. Fourth three-pointer of the night for the United States. Collier for 2, and in it goes from Collier. Devin Collier takes Puerto Rico into the 20s. Travis Ware again. Warney. Ware comes inside, puts up a 2, gets it. 2 more for Travis Ware, 5 points for him. Having hit that 3 moments earlier. Clemente. Rivera. Into Clemente. Draws the foul. And Ramon Clemente will go to the line for 2 free throws here. The 31-year-old playing college basketball at Wichita State. With a successful trip to the foul line as Puerto Rico restore their 8-point lead in the closing stages of this first quarter. It's all gone to plan so far. Foul by Rivera. Not much difference here between the shot and game clock, so this may well be the last play of the first quarter. Americans look to make it count. And there's the follow, tipped in by Warney. And that is pretty much it as the long-range attempt misses. So the States close the gap at the end of the first quarter there, but Puerto Rico will be happy with their lead. A 6-point advantage early on in this game is 23-17 at the end of the first. Well, it's Puerto Rico 23, USA 17 at the end of the first quarter here. Some very impressive three-point shooting from the Puerto Ricans so far. Can they keep it up? The Americans have certainly played their part as well. Able to hit their mark from distance to stay in touch, really. They've made 50% of their free throws, which is a pretty decent return, but it's nothing compared to the 75%. A very satisfactory first quarter that for Puerto Rico. Can they match it in the second quarter as we push on towards the end of the first half? Both of these teams will want to get this qualifying campaign off to the best possible start. And what a boost it would be to Puerto Rico to secure a landmark win against the Americans. And they've made a really good start to the second quarter here as Rivera gets two more to his tally and restores the 8-point advantage. Puerto Rico have led from the very beginning here. And Vasallo nailing an early three to give them the lead, and they haven't been behind since. The Americans haven't even been level since, truth be told. No question here as to which of these two teams has come out with the greater intent and the better levels of intensity as well, as Diaz puts up another three. Oh, how did that not drop? Foul is called. Trip to the foul line for Millsap. Manuel Andujar penalised on that occasion. First one's good from Millsap. Millsap gets both free throws, 2 from 2 there, 4 points for him in this game. It's a 6-point lead still for the Puerto Ricans. Diaz. Tries to lay it in off the glass there. It's one back by the States. Here's Hearn. Kristen. Better this from the USA. Can they make it count? Kristen again. And the foul is called once more. Drawn there by Jefferson. Clemente, the man penalised. As Puerto Rico turn to Jan Clabel. He and his brother Gilberto in the roster for the Puerto Ricans for this qualifying window. Two of the 6 games of this first phase will be played in this first window, of course. Only 1 from 2 from the line, but the US able to draw another foul there. It's good work by Hearn. And Reggie Hearn will now go to the line for a couple of free throws. He makes the second. Rivera. Clemente. Claval lost it. And another foul has been called. Another trip to the foul line. It's 3 in quick succession for the USA. A little bit of sloppy play from Puerto Rico, who've called another timeout. A lead by 4, 25-21.
It gets spacey. And if Pasio no sobra, we got better enough. Listen, when we go fit down, by 3, 5, 4, 2, 1. He's going open, he's coming from behind. Alejo Esquina, they switch, high low. If we don't have him, we go inside. He got a midget. They both got 2 midgets in the guard. Now, in offense, it can be a defense. No puede ser los dos nada más. 1, 2, and 3, get into the rebound. Be quicker than them. Bien? Millsap, you're going to try to take it, you can contain it. Okay, you'll pay the price over there. Bien? Hey, tranquilo. Bien? Si no tenemos nada, run flex. A good flex. Okay? The back screen. Get nice with the back stop. Down screen first. Down screen. Hey, set a good pick here. And if he goes here, you stay with the ball. If he goes here, we move it. Okay? Okay? Let's go. Let's go.
So second trip to the foul line for Millsap. Try and close this gap here. The Americans have made a decent start to the second quarter. They trailed by 6 at the end of the first. Millsap with a chance now to cut that gap to 2, which he fails to do. Clemente claims the rebound for Puerto Rico. So a little wasteful with their free throws, USA. Kristen with a foul there. He's the one that's been penalised for holding. This is Clemente. Gian Clavel. Clemente. Diaz. Clemente. Time to set up the three. It's no good. Collier trying to claim it. And Millsap commits the foul. And Puerto Rico make a change. Angel Rodriguez taking the place of Carlos Rivera. Shot goes up, it's missed. The rebound claimed again. And it is another foul. Gian Clavel will go to the line this time. Millsap with 2 fouls. 2 in quick succession for Elijah Millsap. Clavel, who's had a slow start, coming off the bench. That's his first point of the night. He makes both of his free throws there. Clavel giving Puerto Rico a 5-point lead again. It's been a more tentative start to the second quarter from both teams, really. It's free-flowing and long-distance shooting all the way in that first quarter in particular. And yet another turnover here. More frustration for the Americans. This is Angel Rodriguez. Gets it out to Sanchez, who's been very impressive from long range. But Gian Clavel missing his 3-point attempt. Kristen moving it quickly into the corner for Hearn, who misses the 3. Rebound claim by Warney, who hooks it in for 2. And the AmeriCup MVP has 6 points to his name this evening now, top scorer for Team USA. There's Rodriguez. Diaz. Clemente puts one up. Couldn't get it to go. There's Kristen. Looking for a way through. He was trying to draw the foul, but it's travelling called. And it is going to be Puerto Rico's ball. 3-point lead for the host team. They are the host team tonight, even though we are playing in Orlando. A rearranged venue because of recent natural disasters in Puerto Rico. It is being held in Florida. Here is Rodriguez. Clavel puts up the 2 and gets it. Big 2 that for Clavel. I just got the impression that Puerto Rico needed that, really. Haven't been quite as efficient in this second quarter as the Americans respond. Markel Brown with the 3. His second of the night. Clavel and Clemente. Rodriguez. Oh, gets the pass away. And Clemente with the finish. What an assist that was from Rodriguez. Certainly got this crowd going. He did his bit, but look at this from Rodriguez. It's great play. This is Clavel's fade away too from moments earlier. Another three-point attempt comes in. This one does miss though. And here is Rodriguez. Chucks it up for Diaz. Diaz again. Foul. It's Donald Sloan who's been penalized here by the officials. Rodriguez. Clavel for three. Diaz has it somehow. Clavel again, another three-point attempt. Again, it's no good. And there's the foul from Sanchez. Catching Raquel Brown. Frustration there for Ricardo Sanchez. He's been playing in the Liga Sudamericana recently. Plays for Quilmes de Mar del Plata in Argentina. Quilmes ultimately missing out on a place in the Liga Sudamericana final. Brown makes both of his free throws. We have just 2 points separating these two teams now. Huertas. Brown gives it straight back to Huertas, who lays it up and in off the glass. Amends made by Huertas, who gets his first points of the night. Well, that's a lovely two from Mumford. The USA staying very much in touch here. Masayo. Hit those first 2 threes of the night. Huertas. Masayo then with the foul. This was Huertas with the steal, and then nice little layup off the glass there. Here is Donald Sloan. Weaving his way in, and that is a great finish of Donald Sloan. And we're all tied up. Americans level for the first time since we started here. A little behind the back pass. The finish wasn't quite there from Diaz. Could the Americans now take the lead for the first time? Not yet. Sanchez finds Rodriguez. Now Huertas for three. It's no good. Sloan keeps it alive. Here is Sloan again for the long two. Playing by Rodriguez. Vinny Diaz up ahead of him. Rodriguez might take it on himself, and he's denied. Good defensive work by the Americans. This was Sloan with the solo play. Great finish. Puerto Rico just can't seem to get anything to go at the moment. Hit a bit of a brick wall. And the Americans are starting to take advantage. Sloan and Warney with another two. He loves that hook shot. And the USA go in front for the first time as the timeout is called. An 8-point turnaround so far in the second quarter. USA lead 35-33.
Watch the press. If they press. Ricky, take the ball out. Angelito, ¿está bien? Vuelta. Vasallo. Ole. Y presea. Ball here, opposite side drop. Y te da, no te vayas paralelo porque vayas un poquito más atrás. Dribble, we can get the ball in the middle, we go. ¿Está bien? En ofensiva. Vuelta. Angelito, Vasallo. ¿Está bien? Vasallo. Aquí está Jorge. ¿Está bien? Ricky. Paso. Corto. Una buena cortina, Vasallo. Wait for the pick. I'm going through. Jorge, lo busca. No hay nada. Nos quedamos. Aquí, Ricky aquí. Y la cortina yendo a la esquina. Quiere Smith. Y la coge. Y la coge aquí, Vasallo. ¡No! Y la coge.
And the Americans leading now for the first time in the game. 35-33. 2 minutes left in the first half. Successful second quarter so far for Team USA. As the Puerto Ricans tie it up through Hangel Vasallo. Two much needed points there for Puerto Rico. Mumford for three, gets it. Big three-pointer from Mumford. His first three of the night. Vasallo. Huertas. Sanchez. Oh, it's his fourth three-pointer. Ties the game up again. And moves into double digits. He's hit 4 from 4 from the field, all of them three-point attempts. Well, that was just on the line, I beg your pardon, it was a 2. Thought he was outside, he just had his foot on the line. So it's still 4 from 4 from the field, but just 3 three-pointers, but Puerto Rico have regained the lead. Beautifully finished there by Diaz. And there's a better feeling now amongst the Puerto Rican fans. Happy to see their side back in front as another timeout is called. As we close in on the halfway stage here. Puerto Rico lead by 1, it's 39-38. Well, the mood amongst the Puerto Ricans has just lifted a little bit here. After regaining the advantage, albeit by just 1 point. High court pressing there from Puerto Rico. Here is the chance for the Americans, though, to get themselves back in front as we approach half-time. Warney lost it, but Huertas got the last touch, and he couldn't grab hold of that loose ball. Remember, Mexico and Cuba, the other two teams in this group, they go head-to-head a little later on this evening. Opening day of these FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Final few seconds here with the shot clock running down, and Chris Dunn made his attempt, but it was too late. Frustrating that for the Americans. Handed the opportunity to Puerto Rico to strike one last blow before the interval here, but it's set up beautifully for the second half. Puerto Rico look as though they will go into the break in front, but by how much? Or will they? Sloan can't get it to go, but it's a very, very tight game. As the half-time buzzer goes, Puerto Rico lead by 1, 39-38. What a first 20 minutes of World Cup qualifying this has proved to be. As the two teams make their way off the court, plenty for both coaches to think about, plenty of discussions to be had. USA will be a little happier with that second quarter. They were 6 points down at the end of the first. They've cut that gap to 1, and they did lead briefly in the second quarter as well. This is the situation as it stands. 39-38. Three-point shooting for Puerto Rico, which was so good in the first quarter, just hasn't been the same in the second. They haven't made a single three-point attempt in the second quarter. It's ultimately a pretty successful first half. And plenty of exciting basketball to come. Make sure you're back for the second period, the second half rather. Promises to be a bit of a thriller here. Puerto Rico lead the USA by 39 points to 38. Well, welcome back to Orlando, Florida. Halfway through this first qualifier for both the USA and Puerto Rico, and it is a tight one. Just a 1-point game as it stands. Puerto Rico lead by 1, 39-38. There's Jeff Van Gundy there, the head coach of Team USA, and Eddie Casiano, his opposite number. The two teams just complete their pre-third quarter warm-ups. Fascinating opening half between these two teams. Puerto Rico leading for the vast majority of it. Only up by 1 as it stands. Their three-point shooting was exceptional in the first quarter. It has tailed off rather significantly in the second quarter. Shooting at around about 83%. I think it was 5 from 6 in the first quarter, and then just 1 from 7 in the second. The Americans have got a similar kind of three-point attempt ratio, 5 from 12 for them. Slightly better from 2, 8 from 15, which is better than the 8 from 20 that Puerto Rico have managed. It is the Puerto Ricans who lead by 1 point as we head towards the second half here. Just a reminder then of this qualifying system and how it all works and what it all means. This is the first stage of qualifying in the Americas. 4 groups of 4 teams, and the top 3 from each group will then go into the second round, and that's 2 groups of 6 teams. And the top 3 from each group in the second round will qualify for the World Cup. The 2 teams who finish 4th in their respective groups will play off against each other for the final place in the 2019 event in China. So 7 of the 16 teams that have entered qualifying at the first stage will be in China in 2019 for the World Cup. So this is game 1. Later on this evening, it will be the turn of Mexico and Cuba in León to battle it out in their first game. And then in 3 days' time, the US will host Mexico in North Carolina, and Cuba will host Puerto Rico in Havana. So this counts as a home game for Puerto Rico. They will play all 3 teams, USA, Mexico and Cuba, home and away. Their next home game will be against Mexico in February. Time will tell exactly where that will be played. That hasn't been decided yet. So they are playing their first home game in the States against the States. We're in Orlando, Florida. The third quarter is just moments away. Puerto Rico leading 39-38. Top performer for Puerto Rico has to be Ricardo Sanchez. 4 from 4 from the field. 3 of those were 3-pointers. As the Americans get us underway in the third here. Going to take an early lead, no doubt. Try and build on the improvements they made in the second quarter. Warney gets it out to the side, and some quick passing ends with a fine 3-point attempt from Reggie Hearn. And the Americans up by 2, 41-39. Rodriguez tried the behind-the-back pass. Got away with it in the end. It came off Donald Sloan. It's a loose pass, and this should be a simple 2. Well, it wasn't. It was a foul by Ricardo Sanchez. Reggie Hearn will go to the line. Try and add to his tally of 4 points. He's missed the second one. So it's just a 3-point lead for the Americans here. Long two, and rebound well claimed there by Millsap. Sloan. Millsap for three. Warney claims another rebound. 7 for him now. And so eventually Puerto Rico get it back. Vasallo. 3-point attempt coming up here. It's no good though from Rodriguez. And Puerto Ricans yet to add to their tally in this third quarter. Here's Warney. Pops up the 2, the follow from Millsap. Sloan. No, brilliantly rejected. And away come Puerto Rico. And this is Vasallo to punish the Americans. Another 3 for him, his 3rd of the night. It's a tied game again. And that all came from the block from Ricardo Sanchez. Warney twisting and gets the pass away, and Sanchez again with the rejection. As the Americans try and make it count, eventually they do. 2 more for Warney, who moves into double digits. Couple of blocks back to back from Ricardo Sanchez. There's the foul. Vasallo will go to the line. And this was Vasallo's 3-pointer from a few moments ago, shortly after a big block from Sanchez. 11 points for Vasallo. Well, successful trip to the line for him. Ties the game again. Here's Sloan. Brown spins away. Couldn't get his pass to Hearn. Puerto Rican touch there. USA will retain possession. And Hearn has lost it. And here come Puerto Rico with Huertas. Rodriguez. Slows it down a little here. Rodriguez. Collier moves it on to Sanchez. Now Vasallo misses. And Collier can't claim the rebound. Sloan. Loose ball. And here come Puerto Rico. And the 2 from Collier. And they're back in front. Simple layup, it's tapped in on the follow by Merkel Brown. Tie the game again. Simmering nicely. Nice pass out of Collier. Vasallo moving it quickly. And the behind the back pass. And came off Brown and that just changed the direction of the ball. This was Collier, who was almost caught by Warney, but stayed composed and finished well. Sloan, oh, he's lost it. And this should be two for Rodriguez. Lays it up and in off the glass. Great steal. An easy two for him in the end. And they've given it away again. Huertas comes inside, lays it up and in. And Puerto Rico hit 50 points and take a 4-point lead as the timeout is called. And what a change in atmosphere all of a sudden. Puerto Rico in the ascendancy, 50 points to 46. A lot of turnovers for USA in the last couple of minutes. It's just allowed Puerto Rico to start pulling away a little bit. They're just playing with so much confidence at the moment. They lead by 4. The Americans need to get some points on the board. It's an easy 2 in the end for Emile Jefferson. Remember, you can join in with social media using the hashtag #ThisIsMyHouse. Have your say on the World Cup qualifiers. Download the app as well. Keep across all the action. Already having some tremendous action on this court here in Orlando, Florida. Huertas has drawn the foul.
En la línea de tiro libre, David Huertas. Sustitución por Estados Unidos, en el número 4, Cristo, sale el número 5, Brown.
So Huertas from the line. A lot of approval from Eddie Casiano. The 4-point lead is restored by David Huertas. Sloan. And the pressure from Rodriguez. Playing with real intensity here, Puerto Rico, but that is a great response from Hearn. Drains the three to make it a 1-point game. Here's Vasallo. And Collier. Rodriguez. To Vasallo again. 6 on the shot clock. He's put up a three. He's got it. He has got it. That's his 4th of the night. 16 points for Angel Vasallo. And immediately responds to the three-pointer from Hearn moments earlier. Mumford now for USA. Sloan looking for a way through. Not in my house, says Sanchez. Another denial from Ricardo Sanchez. Huertas. Floats one up and in. 6-point lead for Puerto Rico. Looking for their first win over USA in 12 years, as the follow is from Hearn, and it's good. Mumford missing the three, but Hearn following up. Cut the gap once again, 4-point lead. Sanchez. This is Vasallo. Draws the foul.
Sustitución por el número 2 Unidos. Entra Brown, el número 12, número 13 y el número 51.
Rivera. Collier. And one back by Warney. Mumford. He's just getting a little involved here with Ricardo Sanchez. It's getting pretty heated down on the court. Ricardo Sanchez has been a real thorn in the side of the USA in this game. 11 points, 4 from 4 from the field, 3 big blocks as well. More blocks on his own than the whole of the USA team put together. And he's just tussling here with Mumford to try and win possession. I think Mumford took exception to the way that Sanchez seemed to fall on him. A little bit of sorting out for the referee to get involved with here. Mumford was pretty quick to walk away. Kristen. Ware puts it up for 2 more. 7 points for him. Travis Ware. 90 seconds left in the third quarter. It's a loose pass from Collier. A little wasteful that from Puerto Rico. Will that allow the Americans to tie things up, or maybe even take the lead here? 3-point attempt from Mumford. It's good! And the USA lead. .58-57, just how quick things turn around. Puerto Rico were in the ascendancy. They'd extended their lead to 6. Criston has been penalised for the foul here. Collier. Diaz. Diaz looking for the foul, nothing given. And here come USA on the break with Mumford. Draws the foul. 3-point play possibility here for Mumford. Anduyar with the foul. Mumford with the chance to give his side a 4-point lead. And he does, he adds the extra free throw. Xavier Mumford. USA lead by 4. And over 30 seconds left in this third quarter. The foul gives Anduyar the chance to go to the line. He's missed his first one though. He does get the second. Good little run though from the USA, which has seen them edge in front, and they're looking to increase that, but Collier smacks it away. High intensity from the Puerto Ricans again. Really good work by Devon Collier. Morney denied. And Michael Brown doesn't get the decision that he was hoping for. An intriguing final few seconds here in the third quarter. Timeout is called. The USA leading by 3, 61-58.
Now, if they don't, you bring the ball. Guillo aquí, Carlos. Guillo atrás. Te quiero aquí, a Carlos aquí, y a Guillo aquí. Te quiero a ti aquí. I want Devin right here, and I want Ramon. Okay? What I want a handoff. I'm coming with another handoff. Devin, get a good pick. Yep, and you get him in a flare pick. Whoever gets this handoff in the opposite side. Yep. Yeah, this is you and this is Ramon. Okay? We going handoff. We coming in handoff. You going to the right hard, but you wait for the pick. Okay, Ramon. When they give this handoff, so you know you get this back pick, flare pick. Opposite side, you got the right side. And this guy dies. Okay? 10 seconds.
Very little time left in this third quarter. And about 14 seconds for Puerto Rico to maybe tie this game or at least go within a single point of the Americans. Got to do something. Shot goes up and misses. And Clemente didn't actually get his shot away in time, so the USA have a 3-point lead at the end of the third. A good turnaround from the Americans in that third quarter. They were behind by as many as 6 at one stage and fought back towards the end of that period. They lead by 3 then. Well, what a good start it's been to the World Cup qualifiers here in Orlando. Puerto Rico looking to get off to a home win in this first game. This is their home game, due to be played in San Juan, moved to Florida. So it is going to go down as an away fixture for the Americans. And there's certainly a greater Puerto Rican presence inside this arena. And the Americans fighting back well towards the end of that third quarter. They were trailing and just had a decent little run. Scored 10 of the last 11 points in this game. They were 57-51 down with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Since then, just the 1 point added to Puerto Rico's tally, while the Americans have registered 10 points. And it gives them the edge going into this final period. But this game could go either way. And they haven't quite seen the clinical three-point shooting from Puerto Rico in the second and third quarters so far. Maybe the fourth quarter will see them return to what they were producing in the first, and if they do that, then they may well come away from this opening game with a victory. Mexico and Cuba, the other two teams in this group, 3 of those 4 teams will make it through to the second phase of qualifying. Rivera has it. Jamil Warney with a double-double already. 10 points, 10 rebounds for him. Kristen. USA being put under severe pressure. The foul is called. Diaz is penalized, Guillermo Diaz. Ware finds Kristen, that's another foul. A couple of early fouls given away here by Puerto Rico. Kristen. And Ware misses the shot, but then Clavel fails to keep the ball in play. Three-point shot is no good. It's Clavel again. Out to the corner here, Rivera. Brown with the foul.
Brown, la segunda. Sustitución por el equipo de Estados Unidos. Sale Jefferson, entra Warren, entra Hearn y sale Monfort.
Rivera. No points added to the tally from either team yet in this final quarter. Sanchez. Not this time. Diaz gathers it. Another chance for a three. And this one's good from Clavel. Gian Clavel ties the game. Hasn't had his best night so far, but could he come good in this final quarter? Kristen. Hearn for three. Gets it. Quick response from the USA. Reggie Hearn. Clemente. Clavel. Still Clavel. Puts up the two and gets it. He seems to have rediscovered his touch. Not a moment too soon as far as Puerto Rico are concerned. Kristen. This is Brown. Stray pass. Great battle between Warney and Sanchez. Here's Ware. Mumford. Well, it's beautifully done, just in time. Lays it up and in off the glass. Three-point lead re-established. Sanchez, and call has gone against Puerto Rico here. Just beautifully laid up by Mumford. Kristen. Kristen for three. He's got it. Nothing but net. That's a 6-point lead for the Americans. Clavel. Oh, spinning away. Clavel drawing the foul. He has upped his game in a big, big way in the last couple of minutes. There's the contact from Weir. Try to get it back to a 3-point game again. It's a 4-point lead instead for the USA. Kristen against Rodriguez. There was a foul there by Collier. Been a little more aggressive, a little more intense in this fourth quarter so far, but they have given away more fouls. Warney. Ware. Kristen. Oh, wonderful finish. Samash Kristen. The USA edging away again. Kristen is penalised this time. How about this though? Stepping inside gloriously. It's a great finish with the left hand.
Sustitución por el equipo de Estados Unidos, entra el número 8 Stone, sale el número 4 Crystal.
Rodriguez, Clavel, looking for the contact, didn't get it, didn't get the 2 points either, and here is Hearn, he's got Sloan with him, Sloan goes up, denied by Sanchez, and the Americans still can't get it to go. Great defense again from Ricardo Sanchez. Hearn clearly felt he was fouled there. Where? Mumford. Denied by Collier. Big cheer around the arena as Clavel goes up, misses, and Weir gets hold of it. Now Sloan. Mumford. Mumford gets the 2. And the Americans have an 8-point lead, their biggest of the game so far. Rodriguez. The USA players peaking at just the right time. And Collier makes sure that it's another 2 points on the board. But his side stay very much in touch. There's still around about 5 minutes to go. But the Americans are starting to add points with regularity here. Reggie Hearn with another 2. 15-point game for him. Sanchez. Draws the foul. Where with his 3rd foul. Three-point attempt. They need this. And they haven't managed to get it. Huertas couldn't get it to go. Here is Mumford going it all alone. He's lost it. It's come to Hearn. And Warney denied there. Great play by Collier. Can he go all the way? And it's an offensive foul. That decision does not go down well. I think it's fair to say. I think it's the correct call. Eddie Casiano certainly not happy. The USA dramatically decreasing the number of turnovers in the second half. Made to pay for their mistakes in the first. And much more discipline in the second. Travelling called this time though. Frustration for Travis Ware. And this was the offensive foul that was called. Sanchez. 3-point attempt. Oh, it's good. Rodriguez nails it. And he invites the crowd to make some noise. 5-point game. 3.5 minutes still to play. Warney gets the two. Collier went to ground. Rodriguez again, another three-point attempt. Oh, he's got it again. Now it's a 4-point game. Less than 3 minutes to go. Can they stop the Americans? Well, Warney missing his chance. Now, what can Puerto Rico do here? Out to the corner, no good. Ball's loose, gathered by Weir. Sloan wants it, Sloan gets it. Donald Sloan with 2 more points, just to give USA a bit of breathing space. 6-point lead. Timeout's been called. It's a 6-point game. USA lead 79-73.
Ricky, Vasallo aquí. Viene, dale una cortina. ¿Está bien? Vuelta, está aquí. Ricardo, cuando tú vienes donde es, Vasallo, estás con la bola, y the dribble, y tú vas a girar, you reach, boom, and you switch. So we got Ricky rolling, tiene que Vasallo. Don't have nothing. Vasallo con la bola, and Ricky here. Give it to Angelito. Hand off, and we get a pick going to the right. Tirador y tirador wide open. ¡Vamos! Voy de nuevo. Vasallo, estamos en bono. Ricardo, Angelito, vuelta, a ver. Vamos, pick, a la caminata, and turn. Y get him. You have nothing. Slip it out. You get the pick.
We are in for a great finish here. The Puerto Ricans do have it all to do, though. They need some good shooting and some strong defense in the closing moments if they are to spring what would be a bit of a surprise. 3-point attempt here, it's no good. And every miss could be costly. There's Mumford. Time a little bit against the Puerto Ricans now. Here is Hearn. Oh, lays it up brilliantly. What a great finish that was from Reggie Hearn. Eight-point lead for the USA. Rodriguez. Oh, he's missed that one. Another rebound claim, this time by Hearn. Is this just slipping away from Puerto Rico now? 90 seconds to go. Mumford. 3-point attempt, no good. A bit of a collision. Clavel's down on the ground. I think the referee's just going over to check something on the replay here. Opportunity for Jeff Van Gundy just to have another word with his players. Don't think this is a timeout. I think this is just the referee having a look at the monitor there. We can't quite see what it is exactly that he's checking. I think possibly just to see who gets the final touch here in this last incident. Teams regrouping. It is USA who have got the call. Mumford. Warney spins, oh, and makes the shot. How about that from Jamil Warney? Great play. That was the contentious call that the referee was just going to have a look at. Make sure he made the right decision. 10-point lead now for the Americans, biggest lead of the game. Rodriguez puts up a three and gets it. Well, they've hit a few threes in this fourth quarter. It doesn't look as though it's going to be enough. How about this from Rodriguez? Long way out. Beautifully done. More frustration here for Puerto Rico. Foul has been called. Rodriguez has been penalised. There's two free throws here for Donald Sloan. Well, Sloan making both of his free throws. We are into the final minute now. 9-point lead for the States. As Rodriguez lays it up for two more. They haven't given up here. Mumford. Brown, Sloan, Mumford. Will use up the time as much as they can here. And Sloan unable to stay on his feet, just lost his footing. Sanchez has taken a bit of a blow here. Just a bit of cramp, holding his hamstring. He's going to have to make way, I think, here. Ricardo Sanchez. 4 from 5 from the field, 11 points. 5 rebounds. Decent display from him. Ultimately not quite enough, it would seem. Puerto Rico are going to have to nail a few big shots in a very short space of time. Oh, it's rejected. Rodriguez looked for another layup. And the USA should be able to see this out from here. Ten seconds remaining. Mumford. Just going to let the clock run down, I think, here. The USA start the road to China with a win. Puerto Rico led for so long, but ultimately didn't have quite enough to get the better of the Americans. 78-85. Puerto Rico, as I say, leading for so long. But it is the Americans who take the opening victory here in Orlando. This counts as Puerto Rico's first home game in this qualifying campaign. It by no means spells the end of their hopes of making the World Cup in China in 2019. They have ample opportunity to make sure they get through this first tricky stage of qualifying. They have another game against USA and 2 games against Mexico and 2 games against Cuba to make sure they finish in the top 3 of a 4-team group. And if they play like they did for the vast majority of this evening, they will have a very, very good chance of making it through to the next stage of qualifying. And for the Americans, the perfect start, a win in a game where they weren't always in control. Puerto Rico led for long periods, particularly in the first half and also in the second as well. They went up 6 points at one stage in the third quarter, but the Americans came back very strongly in that third quarter and got themselves in front to lead by 3 going into the fourth, and they performed very well in the fourth quarter as well, keeping Puerto Rico at bay. And made sure it wasn't too uncomfortable at the end of the game. 78-85, the final score. It is USA who win in this opening World Cup qualifier. Well, it was enthralling to watch. First half in particular, very, very tight indeed. End of the first quarter saw Puerto Rico take a 6-point lead. They were up 23-17. The Americans pegged it back by 5 points to trail by just the 1 at halftime. 39-38, Puerto Rico led. And although they were up again by as many as 6 in the third quarter, it was the